Okay, disappointing loss, disappointing division loss. You know, I've stood in front of this camera too many times this year and spoke about the basics that we just haven't put together yet. I'll just start with, you know, the turnovers. Obviously, they impacted the first half with the field position, and we didn't handle the adversity of it. The points off of the turnovers, and really didn't get the run game going as we had planned, and then with that they ran the ball too well against us. So not a very good day. The unfortunate injury there to Andy obviously shifted us in a different direction offensively, but it's not what we're looking for. We need to be much better, and we're running out of time. I'll take your questions.
Mike, is there a sense of frustration, or how do you find a sense of frustration and hopelessness when all of these games seem to unfold the exact same way after the points you continually stress?
I would say frustration, clearly, no doubt about it. I wouldn't say hopeless, because that wouldn't reflect the men in the locker room. But frankly, talked to them at halftime about the "here we go again" mode on the sidelines, and we got to move past that. That's part of making progress throughout the season. We need to learn from our mistakes. We can't keep letting our mistakes holding us down and holding us back, because we obviously have made similar mistakes in different forms and fashions. But until we get the only one that's going to pull us out of the hole is us as a football team. So we got to be able to keep playing, keep playing to win, playing. Not to make a mistake. I felt like I saw some of that today. I'll obviously take a hard look at the video. As part of the evaluation, but we're not cutting it loose. We look like we're holding back at certain points. So we got to execute better, obviously, and that's not. We knew that we needed to play the game a certain way today, and we did not get that done.
Just quickly on Dalton, how is he doing, and when he travel home with the team? And that was just a nasty hit.
I have not been able to visit with the training staff yet on exactly Andy's situation. I saw Andy briefly in the equipment room. He's up and dressed, so I really don't have any update for you.
After the play, it seemed like it was a clearly dirty hit, and none of your players reacted in an angry fashion to take up for Andy. I know no one condones violence, but shouldn't someone have gotten Boston's face?
Yeah, it was definitely a hit that caused a disqualification. But yeah, we speak all the time about playing for one another, protecting one another. So. Yeah, definitely, it was probably not the response that you would expect.
When you say not the proper response, is that something you will address with your team?
I've answered the question. Can we go on to the next question, please?
Did you think the hit was dirty?
The player was disqualified from the game, so I think it was clearly. I think we all understand clearly what a hit is categorized.
You keep saying you guys can't overcome adversity. Why do you think that is right now?
I would say that there's adverse moments we didn't respond to. I clearly feel we'll overcome the adversity of what the experiences we've had in our season. So I do believe that.
Mike, are changes required? Mike, are changes required with this team, either personnel-wise or responsibilities with the coaches and who's doing what?
We've had so much change just in our everyday function. So I think the important thing is to stay the course. We understand the method and the things we need to do better. So this is a process, and obviously we're not exactly where we want to be today, but we've been challenged with a lot of moving parts, as far as a lot of different players playing. So we'll continue to work, and I do believe we will turn this in the right direction.
Do you feel like the players are still responding to what you guys are asking them to do?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I can only tell you what goes on every day, as far as the preparation, the daily communication, interaction with the players, throughout the program. We knew there would be adjustments throughout as a football team. We've been hit with a number of challenges that we're not pushing through right now. So we need to continue to work, and I believe we'll push through the other end.
We've asked
What
you
do you see
if
as
the
the
players.
primary issues in the run game today, and did you make any adjustments as the game went along in the run defense?
You're talking about the run defense. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Yeah, your run defense.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't play well enough. Obviously, as much as the thing that disappointed me was the yards after contact. But that's the part we need to. There was times where I felt like our gap integrity was pretty good, but there's too many yards after contact, so we need to do a better job there.
How prohibitive was the challenge of having the offensive line in the state that it was this game against that Washington defensive front? Obviously, a situation you guys are well aware of going into this game. How difficult was it just as an offense game plan and account for that and still running offense?
Well, I mean, we felt going into the game that their defensive line was the strongest personnel point of their team. So I think that answers how we approached it. And obviously with us going through the adjustments that we're making up front, I mean, that was part of our plan. And there was times where I felt that we were able to do the things that we set out to do, but there was times we were definitely playing uphill, and I think it was illustrating the execution.
Mike, we've asked you do you think the players still trust the coaches? Do you think the players trust each other, and guys will just do their jobs and be in the right spot?
Well, I mean, obviously there's a high level of frustration and emotion from that. So, I've been in this league and been a part of sports long enough to understand it. You have to trust the evaluation process, and at the end of the day, until everybody plays together, as a team, keeps pushing forward together. It's we're not doing the basics. Let's quit candy coating it, and I can't stand up here and I don't know how to keep talking about taking care of the football and taking the ball away, and just the fundamentals that whether it's we haven't had enough time together, or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, the schedule's set, and we need to continue to work because we need improvement each day, each week, especially before we go to Philadelphia.
Mike, you and other coaches talk all the time about the need for complementary football. Was today just another example of how that's another missing element to this team? When you make a play on one side of the ball, the other side doesn't build on it, or if there's a mistake, it just seems to compound on the other side.
I agree with your opinion. It's an illustration of what went on today. We knew we needed to make some plays on defense. We were going to need takeaways, and we knew we needed to take care of the football each and every series we had it. And we didn't get that done in the first half, and it put us in a play from behind situation, and that's definitely where we didn't want to be because that's not the complementary football that we haven't really played much at all this year. So we need to get that turned.
Hey, Mike, with the defense in the state that it's in, is speculation about you changing coordinators with Mike Nolan valid or appropriate, or is that way out of line?
Yeah, it hasn't crossed my mind. I'm focused on getting better each and every day. So that's where we are.